What is up, YouTube and Spotify? Welcome to the next episode of the Panda podcast. Today we got somebody special. Today we have a fellow content creator. Dude is like killing it in the Apex Legends. Fucking love his videos. If you don't know who he is, you should know him by the end of the stream. We're going to talk about everything we possibly fucking can. And yeah, it's Mr. TyGames. I'm just going to go ahead and fucking say it. You see the title, you know it's Ty. Fucking top 10 Apex player names of the week. That fucking video, those videos are just top tier. The best fucking videos when it comes to Apex. It's better than just watching kill videos. I'm not a big Apex person, but he definitely is. So y'all gonna have to go check his shit out. But let's roll this intro so we can get into this and y'all stop worrying about just me and y'all can meet Ty. Well, hello, sir. How you doing today?
Good. How are you, dude?
Okay, your voice is extremely deep. You just wake up, right?
Yeah, hitting that coffee right now.
Shit. I'm going to turn something off. So what's going to happen is in a minute, I'm going to end up getting extremely hot. I'm going to have to walk back here and turn my fucking fan on. So I appreciate you doing this, my guy.
Of course, man.
You know,
Of course.
Obviously you had to find the time. We got to get everything figured out, but yeah, I'm glad I got to get in here and do this. Like I said, my cards are somewhere and I don't know where the fuck they are.
You better find them, man. Get it together. There they are.
I've been working on all kinds of shit this morning, man. Trying to figure, like, getting, like, I got sound panels now.
Oh, nice.
That I gotta get put up. I actually got two different kinds that I gotta get put up.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know, TikTok reach. You have a bigger following than I do on TikTok, so you should do this.
Yeah, I know. I've thought about it. I just recently haven't had the time to do it.
It's not selling out when you're getting paid for it. I mean, this fucking microphone.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. I mean, this microphone costs like $30 on there, and I got it for free. And you adjust it properly, it sounds good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but now, hell, I got two different kinds of panels. I got that. I got fucking G Fuel shakers coming in all for free.
Yeah.
So
I need to dive into it a little bit. I got some buddies that have been doing it and they've all talked like good things about it. So I need to get on it. Yeah,
it definitely, like I said, the microphone, I've already had somebody tell me to stop making them already. So they're, I guess I'm doing a pretty good job if, people are telling me to stop. I don't understand.
Yeah.
You don't want to see ads. You don't want that to be, what you see, but hell.
Yeah, but if you do it the right way, it doesn't really feel like an ad. And I think, the majority of TikTok kind of understands it.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
some people that'll chime in and kind of voice their opinion that they don't like it, but it is what it is, man. If it makes money, it makes sense.
Exactly. Hell, that's what I was telling wifey. I told her, I said, we tried to get a chair. It's like $170 chair you can get for free. And they're like, we're looking for certain people. They actually talked to me about, the kind of account they're looking for, basically. They want to make sure you have a certain amount of viewers and all this shit. So I'm like, I understand that. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's fair. It makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not just going to give a $170 chair to anybody.
Yeah, I totally get it.
But yeah, I told her, I said, hell, there's a bunch of others. Somebody sent me was like fucking a car mount wireless charger, and I messaged back, and it's like, I'm not going to use that.
Yeah, it's a cool little piece, but
yeah, I appreciate the offer. I appreciate being looked at as, hey, there you go. That's why whenever the G Fuel come through, the fucking collab invite for them, I shit myself. I was at work, dude. I was sitting at work and I'm going, like, just walking around, because like I said, I was like 6,000 followers, but G Fuel's a big deal. Right. You know what I mean? So that was just something that I was excited about. talking about me. I have that issue. I have an issue where I talk about me. You know, obviously it's
all good, man. It's all good. You should be proud of the stuff that you got going on, man. I've been watching, and you know, it's been cool to see all the ideas and the creativity that you've been putting out there. So
it's the same thing.
You should be proud of that.
It's the same. It's literally been the same thing for the last 3 years. There's no creativity to the crossbow shit. So, like I said, I've written. I didn't send it to you. I've written a bunch of shit down, but so the one thing I do want to know, like, obviously the whole point of these is I've just sit and chat and talk to you and, you know, get to know more about you, but also anybody who does watch this to get to know you, basically.
Right.
So the big thing is your fucking TikTok top 10 Apex. Obviously that shit skyrocketed. Like that was your big thing. What was it that made you just start, hey, this was it somebody you saw that had a funny ass name and you're like, hey, I want to do this? Or what caused you to start that series?
Yeah, man, I look back at it and it's been a little over a year since I started it, and looking back at it, it wasn't like one really defining thing that made me start doing it. I know me and some friends of mine, like, we would mess around and like change our names to be something funny, and we always got a kick out of it when we logged in every day to play together to see like what our name was. And dude, like, honestly, one morning I was just, you know, using the bathroom and about to shower and get my day started, and while I was getting ready, I was just like, might as well just make a video about this. And like I had recorded all my gameplay and everything, and I was like, let me go through here and see what kind of names I see in the kill feed. And I just started screen grabbing some of the funny names, and I was like, I'm gonna just put this together and throw an idea at a wall. If it sticks, it sticks. And it stuck.
It definitely stuck.
I didn't expect it to, and people were like gravitating towards it. I don't know if it's something that, you know, obviously I think people find it funny, but I don't know if it's something that they can relate to because everyone sees crazy names in different games and stuff, or what. But yeah, it caught on, and it caught on fast, and I'm super grateful for it, man. I go through some weird moments with it where I don't want to be like necessarily defined as like that kind of creator. So, you know, there's moments where I don't want to make the videos, and I want to put emphasis on other content and everything, and kind of, you know, branch out a little bit and do some different stuff. But when I was thinking about taking a break from it, and I took about a 3-week break from it recently, but while I was doing that, I had a lot of people reach out to me and say, you know, oh, is it coming back? Like, we love those videos. And I was just like, you know, if there's one person out there that likes them, I'm gonna keep doing it. You know, it's just one of those things where I know it makes some people smile and makes people laugh, and they get to talk about it a little bit. So why not just keep doing it? I got the workflow down on it so much, it takes me an hour to edit all of the stuff. So it's just like, why not keep doing it? You know, I have fun with it.
So when you posted on TikTok, do you post it on YouTube as well?
I was for a while. The first, I want to say like 10, 11 weeks I was doing it, and then I joined the creativity program for TikTok that put emphasis on videos that were over a minute. And because all the videos that I made previously that I was posting on TikTok and YouTube, they were all like 54, 55 seconds. And I was like, I could easily make this, you know, a minute 1, a minute 2, and, you know, start reaping some of the rewards of all these views and everything. And so I joined the creativity program on TikTok and just started making those videos over a minute. And because of that, I just kind of stopped putting them on YouTube. They did decent on YouTube. It seemed like some of my other content was doing better on YouTube Shorts, but yeah, the emphasis was just like, hey, if I'm kind of popping off on TikTok like this, why not try to benefit from it?
No, yeah, I will say this every time, like, for whatever reason, like, if you're not like seeing somebody else's video, like, you have to go to their profile and like click on it and to get the views. Every single, like, the thing it gets me is not just the names, it's how you describe every name. Like the jokes that you put behind it, that shit, I'm always sitting there like, and I'll go through every one of them. If I've already seen it, I sit there and watch it again. So
I love that, man. Thank you.
So like with work, my job is like I'm standing in a warehouse, and so I'll scroll through TikTok with the earbud in, and I'll sit there, and there's could be a chance that you have a higher viewer on one thing because I'll get to it and I'll see it, and then I get called to run away, have to go and do something. So it's still playing in my ear constantly. So I'm trying to focus on my job and listen to your jokes, and it's like, so yeah, man, just to see like that, because it wasn't just like a small growth. Like once those started, like they just all your shit shot up.
Yeah, it was about 40,000 followers in less than a year.
Jesus.
Just from those videos. And granted, there was some other videos that I had that had popped off, and it gave me the platform to kind of branch out and do some different stuff. We've been doing some collaboration content for a while now, and had success with those. So yeah, it's been really cool, man. I never for the longest time, man, I was struggling. Like when you met me, I was making Warzone content, and then I kind of got away from that. Started making some Halo content, started making Fortnite, some horror games, and was kind of lost in this space of like, what do I do in terms of content and streaming, and just started playing Apex one day and just kind of fell in love with it, and kind of felt like I found my niche with content, felt like I could be really creative and not rely on gameplay clips, and yeah, just kind of started finding my rhythm, and it went crazy. But I never expected it to pop off the way it did, man. That was insane.
Well, yeah, it's like I said, it's crazy to see the growth that happens. Like you see the stuff all the time, people talk about it or whatever, but to actually see it, like somebody that I know to see hits that kind of that stride, it's fucking incredible. And that's why I was like, I'm stuck where I'm at because I'm stuck doing the one thing I like doing. So, however, I had a video on YouTube, for whatever reason, I made a joke about being better than a FaZe member or something like that. Or I post it all the time, and for whatever reason, those get more interaction on YouTube about saying I'm better than this person, I'm better than Scump, I'm not. But these people don't understand what's happening, so they get upset and they start commenting on it. They just. I've had
farms the engagement.
Yes. And my cousin told me I need to start doing like rage videos, like, because it's so easy. Call of Duty players are so easy to be like, why are you running full auto? You're a bitch, and it sets off, the entire chain reaction of argument. Yep. And he's like, you should start doing videos like that. It's easy, and it's like, possibly that's
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, one thing I've been telling people recently is just as a content creator, as a streamer, as somebody that puts videos out there and edits things, like, no idea is a bad idea. You just throw a bunch of stuff at a wall until it sticks, and you never know when it'll stick. You just put your best foot forward, try to make a cool edit, do something that you enjoy making, and don't get in your head too much about it. Like, don't tell yourself, oh, I shouldn't do this or anything. Just like try new things and learn from it, and yeah, you never know. The next video that you post that you didn't want to post or didn't want to make could be the one that, just sets you on that trajectory of just gaining all that recognition.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I understand. I got to do other things. But like I said, the way I'm not one of those people. Obviously I work 40 hours a week.
Right.
I do this 3 days a week, and 2 days of it is just streaming, and then like I decided instead of doing 3 days a week, that on one day out of the 3 days is working on content, working on doing whatever. Obviously the clips that I post are just small little snippets, and it's like, I'm not going into depth with it, because if you want to see more, go to the stream kind of thing, trying to push toward the stream, which for whatever reason TikTok will be 6,000-7,000 people will actually come into the stream, and I get between like 25 to 100 followers every stream,
right?
Where Twitch is just Twitch,
right?
Obviously that YouTube is YouTube, that's a whole different monster to fight, so it's just one of the things. I'm not looking to blow up anymore. It's just doing it for fun now.
Yeah.
And then I had this idea. I was going to do this at work. I went and bought this little Boya microphone. Yeah. I was going to do it at work. So I was just going to do this whole podcast thing at work, me just walking around ranting while live on a video. But come to find out that all the background noise picks up on it, so it's just like,
Yeah.
So it just turned into just to this, and then hell, I got a fuck ton of people's names. I went after all y'all, the Lords of Large.
The Lords of Large.
I went after you guys. I had to get some of y'all in here. Actually, everybody,
awesome.
every one of them but Thick. He said he's busy. He's got a lot of shit going on, so he couldn't.
Yeah, he's a busy dude, man.
So, but Danny and Ballard both said they would be, down the joint. So I was like, all right, fuck. Not gonna lie, nervous as fuck for every one of you. Every fucking one of you.
Nervous, man. I met Danny and Ballard in person back on Thanksgiving, and they're great people, man. They're genuine guys, and you shouldn't be nervous at all to talk to them. It'll be like you know them for years.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've known you for what, over a year now? It's had been over a year. It's been a while. Been a while.
Yeah.
So sorry. Every time I hear it, I have to say that from whatever my brain's.
I'm right there with you, dude.
But no, like, so people, obviously, people I know. Where's it at? I have somebody written down here. You know who Sweaty Pedals is? You heard the name?
Yep.
Yeah. I was nervous. He said yes, he would do it. So I'm sitting here going,
awesome, dude. Yeah.
fuck. So obviously he's still.
I hosted out to him a couple weeks ago on Kick.
On Kick,
He was over there messing around on some Apex, so we dropped him a little host. He's a cool dude.
Dude, he's fucking hilarious. And the fact that he's still going over a year, like, I think he's on like day 450 or 430, something like that. That's an insane community, which I told him, I said, I know he's got all this shit going on eventually down the road that he said when he has a chance, he wouldn't mind hopping in. So
that's awesome.
That's a good thing. But yeah, I like talking. Obviously, like if you go back and watch any of these episodes of anybody else that I have, I don't shut up and I interrupt, and I apologize for all that. It's just
fine, man.
I like hearing myself talk for whatever reason.
Nah, you're good, man. I'm here for you. We like you said, we've known each other for a while. We played some games and everything. We talk pretty often, and I'm happy to be here, dude. I'm happy to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah. So, like I said, I've had some shit written down about how you got started with your niche, about all your streaming shit, but most likely you've been playing games your entire life, right?
Yeah.
Like it's something you just. I'm not going to guess your age here because I feel like you're kind of in my age range.
Yeah.
Like roundabout. So like growing up with like Sega. Okay, so yeah. So it's the same background story that I have about gaming.
Right.
But was it any specific game that got you like hooked into gaming?
Oh man. Let me think here, dude. Let me go into the archives of my memory here. I remember the first console I got was Super Nintendo, and I played so much Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Country 2. It is insane. I was, maybe 4 or 5 years old, and I remember one summer my older cousin came to live with us for a bit, and we played so much Donkey Kong Country 2, and I think we were at like 94% done, and then my other cousin came over and accidentally erased the game, and it broke my heart. But yeah, it kind of started with that, and then my grandparents got Nintendo 64, so we played a ton of Mario Kart with like the family, played a lot of Mario Party, and then the first console that was like strictly mine that I had gotten was PlayStation, and I remember playing Spyro, Metal Gear Solid, played some games on PlayStation, but I would say like my love for gaming really didn't develop until I got PlayStation 2. Once I got PlayStation 2, it was like another level of like, I love these games. I played, all the Maddens. I played, NASCAR. I am a menace at NASCAR because I played them so much in my childhood. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 specifically. I am the man at that game. Nobody can see me, and I can't wait till a new one comes out. But yeah, PlayStation 2 was like the thing that really got me into gaming, and then I played that for the longest time. Didn't get a Xbox 360 until I think like the year I graduated high school. Like I was stuck on that PlayStation 2 and all the games that it had on there, and then I got Xbox 360, started doing some online gaming, playing Call of Duty, and stuff like that. And then I go through these weird phases, man, where I sometimes take a break from gaming, and I did that for a few years. Like, just didn't play any games, didn't have the interest, was working a lot and going through school and everything. And then I remember specifically, I was dating this girl, and I had gotten an Xbox, and I was just using the Xbox for like Netflix and movies, man. I wasn't playing games or nothing. But then her younger cousin came over, and he was like, "Have you heard of Fortnite?" And I was like, "What's Fortnite?" And he was like, "Well, it's like it's like Hunger Games, but like you gotta like shoot other people, and you gotta be the last one standing." And I was like, "That sounds cool." So I started watching him play it, and I was like, "This seems fun." And I started playing it, and I got hooked, man. And that ever since then, I've been playing, you know, a bunch of different games and playing battle royales like crazy. And yeah, just got hooked right back in thanks to Fortnite, surprisingly.
Yeah, Fortnite's not Fortnite though, and not anymore.
Oh, I know.
You know, so you're talking about, you said when you graduated college, you got what you said, Xbox 360?
Well, when I graduated high school,
my bad.
graduated, yeah.
So you're older than I am. Just so Xbox. So you didn't play the original Halo? I mean, I'm pretty sure you've played it now.
Oh, dude, hold on.
No. Okay, so you said you got an Xbox, which you were playing PS2. You're playing PlayStation. You got the Xbox 360. Did you ever go back and like, I don't know, I don't remember if Xbox 360 was backwards compatible. Yeah. You played the original Halo.
I played original Halo. My cousins had an Xbox, so I would go over there and play that. I would play Halo 2 religiously with them. Like every weekend, I was going to play Halo 2. Halo 3 I got on Xbox, and that's top 3 favorite games for me. Halo 3 is like a special place in my heart.
Halo was the reason I got into first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I played Call of Duty whenever it was like Big Red 1 and all that, 2003, 2004 games.
Yeah,
but Halo was the first person shooter that I kind of just dove into and, stuck with.
Yeah, and Halo 3 and the first Gears of War were the first 2 like shooters that I really fell in love with, and the first 2 shooters that I played online. And I fell in love with them. Then I started playing, the original Modern Warfare and stuff like that. But Halo 3 and the original Gears of War were like the pinnacle for me.
I couldn't get into Gears of War. I don't know why.
Really?
I played it. I played it, but I don't know. It's just one of those. If it's, I don't know. I say repetitive. It's like every game is repetitive, and Call of Duty is the world's worst. But for whatever reason, that keeps my attention more than like any other repetition. I don't know why. I don't know. It's an addiction, I guess.
Yeah.
But you said you're talking about you got started from a kid playing Fortnite. You don't happen to be friends with that person anymore, are you?
I talk to him occasionally, but and I got some buddies that still play Fortnite and everything, and I hop on there every now and then if they're doing like a cool collab. Like when they do Star Wars stuff, I'm in there. When they do Dragon Ball Z, I'm in there. But other than that, it's not my thing anymore, man.
Do you ever walk up to that kid and high five him and thank him because basically he got you started to where you're at now? Like you just need to go high five him and be like, thank you.
Yeah, and I'll say like, that definitely got me into like the battle royales and everything. And then I think like a lot of people, when COVID hit, it was the perfect time for Warzone to come out, and got super addicted to that, man, playing it all the time. And then the more I played that and the better I felt like I was getting, I started like clipping stuff on my Xbox, and then I was like, well, I should start posting these. And then it just became a chain reaction of like, well, if I want to post them, I should probably stream. And if I want to stream, I should probably improve my setup and get a PC. And then it just like, it caused a snowball effect, man. But it all started with Fortnite.
It all started with that kid playing Fortnite. So here's one thing. I know, so you said you're playing battle royales. Have you ever played Siege? Like, did you ever play it at all?
Nope.
You have not played it?
Never played Siege. Is
it because it's just a like attack and defend type of game, or?
I just never got around to it. I got a lot of buddies that play it and they have a lot of fun. It's just one of those things where I'm very like specific with what I play. Like I play a handful of select games that I make the time for, and there's so many other games out there that I would like to enjoy. Like, I downloaded Power World and wanted to play that, and I download so many games on Steam, dude. It's ridiculous because I'll buy them and I never play them. And I told myself I need to stop doing this because I'm buying, $60 games that I never open. And I told myself I would stop and just dedicate my time. So like right now on my whole PC, I have 3 games installed. I got Apex, Call of Duty, Halo Infinite, and this last one's gonna surprise you, and you might get a good kick out of this. I got Super Animal Royale. Because I love that damn game, dude.
I remember seeing you playing that too.
I love that game. It's so goofy, and it's only like 2 gigabytes, so I get to run around, have some fun, and it's like arcade style. So
it's a battle royale, is it not?
Yeah, it's a battle royale. It's just top-down arcade style, and it's goofy. Yeah, it's a good time. But those are the only 4 games I have, so I try to pick and choose what I play, and I don't really have time for too much else. So I think that's why I never played Siege, was just never really got around to it.
Now, it was fun when it first came out, and you get a whole bunch of people. When you have an entire group of people playing, it's so much better instead of just jumping in by yourself. And I think that's with any game. So, but yeah, man, it's mine's blanking here. What I have, this shit happens a lot.
Man. It's early. It's early.
It's extremely early. Yeah, see, it's only 7 o'clock for me.
Yeah, you're an hour behind me, so I can only imagine.
Yeah, which I mean, normally I said I'm normally up at 6 o'clock and I'm up doing stuff or I'm streaming or whatever, and my job is up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So getting up early is not that big of an issue. But it's a perfect little segue to you saying you're an hour ahead. My one thing I've always wanted, you live in Baltimore, correct?
Correct.
Okay, obviously you got the hat on for them. How the hell are you not a Ravens fan? How did you end up being a damn... I need to know this. I need to know this because you went with the Commanders. Of all teams, you're closer to freaking New England than you are...
No, I'm not, surprisingly.
Really?
So
I don't know geographical locations.
This is the misconception. So I'll tell you where they're at, and then I'll kind of dive into how I became a Washington Commanders fan. Surprisingly, the Washington Commanders play in Landover, Maryland. So they are maybe 45 more minutes away than the Ravens are. So it's like it's not in DC. Like they used to be in DC, but now they're in Landover, Maryland, and it's a lot closer. So it only takes me like an hour and a half to get to the stadium. And if you're wondering, so it was funny when I was getting ready this morning, I had a feeling you were going to ask me about this.
I have to talk about it. We both like football, so I have to bring this up. I have it written down.
So, yeah, I'm used to hearing it. I get it a lot. Like, why aren't you just a Ravens fan? And the answer is kind of simple. So, my dad grew up in the era where the Washington Redskins were the most dominant team in the league. They had a dynasty. They had one of the best teams ever in 1991, 1992. That was the glory years of Washington football, and he grew up in that era. So he grew up in that area. He grew up in that era, and when I was born, it was just like kind of just fell into it. Started watching games with him on Sunday because he's a diehard fan, and I learned everything about football, everything about Washington Redskins, Washington Commanders from him, and it just became like a bonding thing for us where, we were always talking about the team and watching the games together. And don't get me wrong, like, and I remind him about this to this day, like, it was easier for him to stay a fan because he was a fan through good times. Like, he got to see a lot of playoff wins. He's got to see Super Bowls and stuff like that. I've seen one playoff win in my lifetime, and it was in 2005. And I tell him, like, it's hard. Like, I've witnessed a lot of losing, a lot of embarrassment and everything, but like, I'm so invested in this team now. Just like, I have physically, like, I'll watch other teams. I watch football. I'll root for other players. I'll root for other teams, but I can't like dedicate myself to a team as much as I do Washington. Like, I just can't do it. And what makes it hard is, Baltimore, since I've been alive, Baltimore has been relevant. Like, they've won 2 Super Bowls. They're always in contention for the playoffs and always a contender for the Super Bowl. And being around here, I hear a lot about it. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, man. Like Baltimore fans love to give Washington fans a bunch of crap, even though we're not even in the same conference. We play each other once every 4 years. They always give me crap. And I remember in high school, dude, they like, if Washington lost, I wouldn't go to school on Monday because teachers would harass me, students would harass me, just like giving me a bunch of crap. And there was a lot of Sundays where we lost, so there was a lot of Mondays I didn't go to school. But yeah, man, it's like it became like such a bonding thing with me and my dad, that where like, you know, to this day we still talk, we message each other about, you know, free agents or the draft or what games we're gonna go to together. And yeah, it's become more than just football for me. It's like a really good connection with my dad.
No, I mean that's fine. That's what I wanted to know, why that was the way it is. You know, obviously. Yeah. So, do you go like? I remember you posted something like some kind of season ticket holder or whatever, and they panned by. I could not find that video. I shit you not. I went searching for this video.
It was an exclusive email that like Washington fans that are signed up for like their newsletter and all that stuff. It was sent out to them in the email. And yeah, it was for season tickets, and for like my dad messaged it to me. So he just for some whatever reason decided he was going to click on the email because we've been talking about season tickets. So he clicked on the email and he just watched the video, and like, I don't know how, but he watched the entire thing. And then, you know, with 20 seconds left or whatever, he's like, wait, that's my son. So he screenshot it, sent it to me, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, man. And I was like, maybe it's a sign that we need to finally get season tickets, because we've been talking about it for years now, and we just haven't pulled the trigger. So maybe we'll do that this year.
I don't know how much season tickets are. I don't live anywhere near any kind of NFL teams.
Yeah.
Like, I live closer to like Nashville, so like Tennessee Titans. Okay, I'm not a Titans fan. I'm not an Atlanta fan. Gotcha. I have two different teams that I like that I stick with, and it's the Ravens and the god awful fucking Panthers.
Gotcha.
So you talk about it. So you talk about an embarrassment. This year was terrible.
Oh yeah, the Panthers were bad. The Ravens were great, man. I don't know how they lost to the Chiefs. I feel like
I know how they lost.
The Super Bowl, but
did you watch that game?
Yeah, they didn't run the ball.
They didn't
at all.
Lamar never ran.
Yeah,
he didn't run. I made a conspiracy. I put out there and people saying that they were paid off. Like anybody who loses, they're paid off. Yeah, but if you watch the way Lamar had played, when there was a spot open, like in the line would open up, normally he would take that hole. He wasn't taking it. And it's like it wasn't the same game. The defense played, Defense played great, but when your offense coordinator, and I ended up saying it was a coordinator because there's no reason for not using him to. We just want him to pass the ball. No, you need him to run.
The best running team in the league, running the ball 6-7 times that whole game, absolutely mind blowing. Especially in a game like watching that game, and I don't want to take too much time talking about it.
I don't care. We got as long as you want.
Watching that game, man, it's like they were playing like they were down by 30 points the entire game. And I'm like, you guys are in this game. Just be who you are. And they would not run the ball. And I'm like, why are you guys acting like you're playing catch up? Like, you do not have to play this style of game right now. You can control the ball and run it down their throats. And I don't know why they just didn't do it.
Yeah, I know I was sitting there, I was watching, and it's like, okay, we're in this, we're watching, and Kansas City had the number, 26 in rush defense. Mm-hmm. Ravens are number 1. And it's like, now we're passing the ball. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not. Weird decision,
man. Weird decision at the worst time for them to do that.
Yeah, like if that's the kind of shit you do in the season, if something's working for you, you don't change it up. That's why I said I was so mad. I was mad for an entire week and a half, 2 weeks. And anytime
people around here, dude, were miserable. Miserable.
You couldn't say anything. I could imagine where you're at.
It was bad. My sister and her boyfriend went to the game, and I was like,
they had so much too. They had so many people come out to hype it up and get it going, and then
they were so mad. People were like, there's still some people around here that haven't gotten over it.
They're not going to, because I haven't.
And honestly, if I can't blame them, because if Washington ever did that, dude, I'd be in a dark place for months.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like you have this opportunity, and the Chiefs are not good. I don't care. They were not good. They did not have good chemistry. They don't have whatever. I don't know, who the fuck did they play? Who was it they played? It was Chiefs and who? San Francisco. Yeah.
San Fran.
See, I just quit. My mind completely quit thinking about football.
I get it, dude.
After that, I walked anytime, like I listened to Pat McAfee, like I listened to his show. And after that game, they're talking about the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. And it's like, I don't even want to listen to this. Can we talk about something else? And then they keep going like, oh, we got Patrick on. I'm like, I don't want to hear this dude talk. And then they talk about Travis. And then they're talking about this. And it's like, they wanted
it. Yeah, I'm over it.
The Swifties paid off the Ravens so they can get into the Super Bowl. That was my thing.
Yeah.
I don't do what you want, say what you want. I don't care. It's just, that's just a football fan. You're like, this teams didn't play the way they're supposed to. Okay, so obviously this is the reason.
Right.
In reality, it was because they made stupid decisions. So, have you seen? It's still on football. There was a post come out. I think it was on Twitter or Facebook about Taylor Swift and Travis. Like Travis, he has like rules with dating her now.
No, I haven't.
Apparently, he can't go to clubs. He can't go to strip clubs.
God.
He can't do something else he couldn't do, and then he gets a $50,000 a month allowance to update his wardrobe for being with her.
That's insane.
And it's like, insane. It ain't gonna last. He'll end up in a song.
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. I think we can all kind of get that sense that. I don't know. Celebrity relationships like that never really seem to work out. So it's only,
I think, and I'm not preying on somebody's downfall. I don't want somebody, because I don't want somebody to say the same thing about me and wifey. I don't want somebody like, oh, well, they don't stay together. But when you see the way that they come together, and then you see how he acts, and then you start like what he done with a Reed, where he run into him and starts yelling at him, and they're like, "Oh, he's just passionate."
Well, and I get the passion, I get the energy, and I get that, but running into your coach like that is one thing. Like even in high school, college, like you're not supposed to do that, and you're not bigger than the moment. And it seemed like he felt like he was bigger than the moment. I also didn't like what he did in the Ravens pregame with Justin Tucker. Like I get, you're trying to trash talk and do your thing and everything, but you're picking on the best kicker of all time, dude. And it's a kicker, and you're throwing his helmet and yelling at him, barking at him and everything. And I'm like, come on now. Like, what are we doing here? They're
just messing around, obviously, and doing because when Pat apparently asked Tucker to move his stuff. He picked all his stuff up, moved it over 2 inches, and set it down. So he moved it. You told him to move it, so and Pat goes, "All right, fine." Just went doing what he's doing, so there's no issue.
Yeah.
Travis got in his panties in a wad, so he went and started slinging that shit.
Yeah.
I know they were talking about it, and they said that like whenever Tucker kicked that field goal in the game, he said him and Pat would stand on the sideline, and if he missed it, they were going to run out on the field and get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty.
Wow.
Just to celebrate him missing that kick. And he's like,
Tucker don't miss, baby.
No, there's a reason why I took him first in the draft.
Yeah.
What is up, guys? Welcome to this sponsored ad break. It is me again because I am not yet quite big enough, and I don't mean body size, to be sponsored by anybody. We have, however, had a lovely merch store, which now has podcast merch in it. Got this lovely little image here on a t-shirt. One has a QR code on it, so if you wear the shirt, people can walk around and they see them like, oh, what is that? And I can scan it and go to it. I got one that's just a QR on the front, QR on the back. It's kind of just a ridiculous one that I'm going to have, that I have in the room actually. And then I've got the OG Premium Panda logo. Whenever the Premium Panda started, that's what it was called, my Premium Panda. But if you want to go to the merch store, there is going to be a link for that down below. So please, if you want to help support this and, help me out, that'd be lovely. Now let's get y'all back to the podcast.
Hey, I won that league, so.
Hey, what'd you get out of it? What'd you get from it? Did you get you a belt? Did you get a...
speaking of which, I need to text Mr. Ballard right now because I'm supposed to be getting a trophy in the mail and I have not got it. So I'm gonna send him a little message because I did not get the trophy. I got the money, obviously, but I was supposed
It's
to
the
get a
trophy.
trophy.
Money goes away.
I'm gonna put it right back here.
And you're gonna have it put up.
I'm gonna text him right after this and be like, excuse me, sir. Where's my?
I didn't get my trophy.
Yeah. I did not get my trophy.
I was wondering what. Like, I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, it's the first time that I actually paid attention through football throughout. I don't know a lot of the players. I know a lot of the main players, but other than that, I don't really watch football for that. I just like watching. I like watching good football. That's why I like watching. If the number one teams are going at each other, it's fine. That's why I like college football because you can be the lowest seed and two low teams are going to play better than Alabama and Auburn playing each other, kind of thing. So that was just something that I was wondering. Your college, I said, no, still we're segueing into all this stuff at once. What is your college degree?
My college degree is in urban planning. I have a Bachelor of Science in urban planning with a minor in geospatial information systems or geographic information systems.
I don't know what that is.
So so geographic information systems is making maps. I actually have an associate's degree in geographic information systems as well, but it's making maps and it's doing it with software and stuff like that. And then urban planning is just how cities plan, how they plan for development, the future, where they put things, how people respond to those things, and just kind of the science of place, basically. And what makes a good city in terms of walkability, what it has to offer, where people live, do they have the resources that they need, and things like that.
I know it's got to be like whatever you've done has allowed you to have a job that allows you to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I've seen you talk about going all these fucking places, and I just want to be like in your luggage when you go, because some of these places are fucking.
Yeah, man, there's some really cool ones. There's some, not some great ones, but I kind of approach it where, like, a lot of the people that, grew up where I'm from, they don't really go anywhere. And I wanted to see the world, and I made that kind of a goal of mine. So even when I go to a place that's maybe not so great, I thoroughly enjoy it just from the experience. Like, some may be good, some may be bad, but it's an experience that, I'm grateful for, to see all these different things.
Yeah, I know. Where was it? You went? You went to Hawaii? Was it not?
I'll give you a list of some.
Okay, give us a list so everybody knows.
I've been to most of the states. There's still some few in like the Midwest and further out west that I haven't been to. Been pretty much all up and down the Eastern Shore.
You've not come and said hi to me. I'm hurt.
Not yet, but I will.
If you ever end up down in this state, you let me know.
Oh, I might. How close are you to Talladega?
This is like a 2.5 hour drive for me.
2.5 hour drive.
You know where Coleman is?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm supposed to be going down to Talladega in October. I think my dad wants to go to the race, so I might be having to make a pit stop to come see it.
we may come to the race. Wifey wants to go to a NASCAR race, so we may come down to there.
But in terms of places I've been, so I've been to Hawaii, been to Alaska. Went to Alaska right before COVID shut everything down. So it was in the middle of January when a lot of people may not be aware of this, but like in the winter months in Alaska, they have like 2 hours of sunlight. It's just dark the entire time. And when we landed there, it was minus 30 degrees, and it was like, I can't describe what that cold felt like. Like it was cold. But I've been there. I've been to Cuba. I've been to Jamaica. I've been to Germany. I've been to Kuwait, Italy, Guam. I'm trying to think of some of the other random places that I've been. It's been a lot of places. Japan. I don't know how I just forgot about that. But yeah, I've been to Japan so many times. So I get to travel a lot, and I love it, man. It's really cool. It's really unique to see a lot of these different places, a lot of the different foods and cultures, and I'm really grateful of the experiences that I've had in life so far.
So you said you went and you were dealing with cold. Are you a hoodie and shorts kind of person in the cold?
No.
No.
I am like, look, so I know where you're at. It may not get too cold, but
It does. It does.
well, Maryland is.
It's a different kind of cold.
It's a different kind of cold. I'm not saying it's like upstate New York where it gets like Buffalo temperatures or anything like that, but we have days where, it gets in the low teens and the wind is blowing and it's a rainy mix of freezing rain and sleet and snow and it can get cold here and I like to bundle up. But then, the next day here in Maryland, it'll be 60 degrees and sunny. So it changes all the dang time. And but the thing here is, and I'm sure you can relate to this, is just the humidity. Like,
Yes.
the cold here, when it gets cold, is different than the cold that was in Alaska. Like, Alaska was very like dry cold, and I know that may not make a lot of sense to a lot of people that may be listening to this, but like when you go to Alaska and it's cold, it does not feel like how it is over here.
Yeah.
Like over here, you feel it like in your bones and you're miserable and you just feel like it's wet. In Alaska, it's just like you're just cold. Like
Yeah. My brother went to Alaska and he was talking about it, and he's like, the wind, like he wore shorts, but he said the wind starts cutting in. It's like,
Yeah. Now I will say, when we were there for about 2.5 weeks. And when we first landed, it was -30. By the time we left, it had gotten up to 6 degrees. And at that point, I was like, I can go outside in a t-shirt. This is crazy. Like, you actually felt like it was nice out. And I'm like, it's actually 6 degrees. This is crazy. But yeah, it was really cool, man. I actually got to, my mother was born in Alaska when my grandfather was stationed out there. And I actually got to, visit that area and everything. So it was really unique. It felt like, yeah, it just felt like one of those moments where whatever I've been doing in life, man, like I must be kind of doing something right where, my path aligned with that, and being able to go back to Alaska and see that area, it was really unique, dude.
basically where your family kind of got it started.
Yeah.
That's dope. I know we've talked about traveling, but I don't have probably the funds that you have to be. Well, I'm pretty sure your job is what's sending you around, right?
Yeah, my job does it, and I kind of,
Get your air miles.
Yeah, I get the air miles for it. So,
Hey, flex, dude. You've earned it. I mean, flex your shit, man. No one.
I got a lot of air miles, man. I haven't had to pay for personal flights in a couple years, so can't complain there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't like the whole gloating aspect, but if you've worked your ass off and you've earned what you got, flex your shit, dude.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was actually just listening to kind of a podcast about that, and it wasn't one of those like self-help podcasts or anything like that. It was actually Theo Vaughn, and he recently did a show with Israel Adesanya, and for those that don't know, like I'm a really big UFC guy, so was excited to see the last style bender on that show, and Izzy's gotten a lot of crap for, gloating and, kind of tooting his own horn, but he is a humble guy, and he kind of, shed some light on, being able to like brag and, gloat a little bit, because that's like, you should be proud of the things that you've done, and you should be your true self, and you shouldn't have to humble yourself, because it's like, is that really who you are? And you shouldn't really have to change who you are just to appease other people. And he's like, granted, there's a time and place for things, but like, yeah, I try to, I'm really grateful for where I'm at in life, and I don't try to brag, because it's never been, my kind of style when it comes to these things. But yeah, man, like I came from a pretty, bad place, and to see, all the work that I put in with school, with, working in general, like all that stuff that I put in, all the, struggle that I went through to get to where I'm at, like I am proud of it. And, for the longest time, and I still experience it to this day, where I have, some imposter syndrome and feel like, I'm not worthy of some of these things. And it kind of bleeds over into the content creation world as well. But I feel like, I put the work in, and I'm proud of where I'm at, but there's also a part of me that's not like satisfied with it. There's also a part of me that feels like maybe I don't deserve it, but it's just like internal battles that I fight every day with it. But overall, I am pretty happy and proud of like what I've been able to do at 30, 31 years old. Like it's interesting.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, how old are you?
I will be 32 in July.
Motherfucker, I'll be 32 in October. So we are the same damn
We're the
age.
same age.
I figured you were a little, no offense, figured you were slightly older. It's got to be the beard,
I get it. It's always the beard, dude. It's always the beard.
But nah, yeah, I mean, like I said, obviously there's a difference in, say, if you walk up to somebody and you start basically flashing your shit is one thing, but when somebody starts asking about, hey, what is this and what you're doing, fucking go about it. Obviously our paths are different. Well, what your mindset of what you said you come from and you wanted to to move on from it. I'm basically grew out in the middle of the woods. I grew up in a damn trailer. So for me, was just getting out of this small town and going to a slightly bigger town. I don't have buildings that I have to do this.
Right.
I have a few tall buildings, but not that many. But to get from there to where I am now, to be able to finally buy my own house, to do I had my daughter when I was like 18 years old.
Yeah.
So my path of, because I was a big basketball player. I love playing basketball. I wanted to, but at 6'1", I'll say 6'1", like 6'3" actually. But in high school, I was like 6'1". I finally hit a like last minute growth spurt in 12th grade, hit 6'3". That's point guard size in the NBA. I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't, which that wasn't what my mindset was. I enjoyed playing basketball. I was good at it. I was able to hit shots or do whatever, but you start looking and you realize that I'm only point guard size at 300 pounds. It's like, that's not going to work. I was going to play sports, and then, obviously I had my daughter and I got out of it because I had a disagreement with coaches, and it made me quit playing sports, which is a dumb decision. I tried to tell my daughter that. We've had issues with her softball coaches, but I told her, I said, don't let a coach keep you from doing something. Like if you're passionate about playing softball, she loves softball. So don't let the coach keep you from playing. Don't let one person be the reason why you quit playing, because I quit playing sports and I gained a gut because I wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
Could have played my senior year, but like I said, she was born November my senior year, so my focus went from school to her.
Yeah.
And then that was the path. And I told her, I said, that's just. She asked me one day if if it was her fault, and I'm like, fuck no, it ain't her fault. It ain't your damn fault. I was like, I wanted to. My mindset completely changed when she was born, because I was made fun of consistently, and it's guys being guys, the whole bully thing, getting in dark places, doing it was dumb thoughts that I was having because kids were being kids.
Yeah.
Now it's like just like shit. I wish I'd go back and just go back at make fun of it. When I found out I was having her, like all that it went away. None of that shit mattered. Whatever people said didn't matter. So I just went from there to where I am now. Well, actually now it's gotten a lot worse. Now just I'm not getting into it. I'm not. But yeah, I told her that instead of going to college, I went to college for like half a semester. I went for a semester. And like I said, I had to do a government grant to get in, and it fell through. The second time, I just told her, I said, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I'm just going to focus on going to work, supporting her, raising her, and we'll go from there. I mean, it took me 10, 11 years to finally get a house. Because, being a single parent, it's hard to find that time. So,
Sure. But one thing that I try to tell people is like, don't discredit your journey just because it didn't play out like a certain way, and don't compare it to others' journey. Like, you should be proud of everything that you did. Obviously I don't have any children, but my dad had me when he was 18. So to hear your perspective on that and everything is really enlightening, because I can only imagine what he was going through at that time, but like you as well, hearing someone like the the thoughts that you were having about it and everything. Like, I respect you for that. And I think you should be proud of, you know, what you were able to make work. Because at 18, dude, I couldn't, like, me personally, if I had a kid at 18, man, I'd be terrified. And to see what you've been able to do, and what you've been able to do and everything, you should be proud of that, man. And I'm proud of you for that.
I'm not. I'm proud of myself for it, but you know, it's
you should be.
The big, like, the big thing, and I talk about it all the time if people ask about it or whatever. I was a single parent. Like, the mother left twice. If that makes any sense. She left and come back, tried to take her from me, didn't get her, and left again. She's not seen her kid since 2015, or no, 2012. She's not seen her kid since 2012, not spoke to her since 2015. I couldn't do that. I couldn't imagine not being in the same.
Tough, man. It's real tough. You know, just to kind of be vulnerable for a minute and kind of put it out there. Like, I haven't talked to my mom, and you know, I haven't had a relationship with her in 14 years. And you know, there's a lot of, you know, self-reflection that I've done with that, and you know, there's been a lot of emotion that comes with it. When it comes to like why I don't have a relationship with my mom, and I won't get too far into it, but you know, there's one of the biggest thoughts for me was, you know, why isn't she making an effort? Like, if I'm her only son, I'm her oldest child, like, am I not worth anything? Like, it's always been something that I've struggled with, where it's like, if you knew the relationship with your daughter was fractured, you would do anything in your power to fix it. And she didn't do that, man. And yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, but I don't understand how some parents can do that while the other person, like, my dad never gave up on us. My dad, you know, he's been there, he's my best friend, but and he's done the same for my sisters as well. So yeah, hats off to you for sticking with that and being the dad that you are, man, and dealing with all that stuff, because it speaks volumes to your character.
No, it didn't make a difference. Yeah, it's I mean, obviously it's tough. But you said 14 years, so that's what, 2010?
Yep.
So if you're my age, that's about the time you graduated, ain't it?
Yep.
Your senior year?
Yeah.
You know, so it's, yeah, that's definitely, that's tough. I couldn't, like I said, I'm real close with my parents. You know, they obviously split, but like, I lived with my mom until I was 18, and when I had my daughter, I moved in with my dad. But you know, for the way I've looked at it when my daughter, you know, her and her mom, is that if she wanted her in her life, if the mom wanted to make an effort, she would. Like, it's not, it has nothing to do with her. In this case, it has nothing to do with you. It's just the person that they should be, it's not there. You know, my daughter's mom has went and had 3 more kids. And if I go to her Facebook page and click on or whatever, she'll post photos of all 3 of them, be like, my 3 babies, or her profile will say something about her 3. Like, she doesn't even claim her firstborn. Like, it's tough, man. You know, and I told Aurora, I said, if you ever want to get to know her, I mean, she's got 3 siblings. She's got 3 half siblings. So I said, if you ever want to get to know them, I said, I'm not going to stop you from talking to them, whatever. I said, I'm not going to stop you from talking to your mom as she gets older. And I said, but I will stop her from coming and seeing you. I said, because at this point, she's already lost everything. Yeah. Because all Aurora's going to wonder is, what'd she do? What was wrong with her? Why didn't she? When in reality, it wasn't her, it was the mother, you know? Yeah.
And there's a lot of, you know, stuff that I work through with that, and a lot of things can't kind of, like, I'm not gonna lie, man, for a while I was a very angry guy. Like, I was very upset, didn't really want to open up about it, didn't want to talk about it, but you know, through yoga and meditation has saved my life when it comes to that stuff, man. I've learned to just really digest and understand all the stuff that kind of went into it, all the internal thoughts that I was dealing with, and yeah, I'm in such a better place now than I was
a few years ago, a couple years back.
I mean, I would say, you know, late teens, early 20s, man. Like, I was I was going through stuff, dude, and it wasn't until I found yoga about 6 years ago now that I really started understanding myself more and understanding how other people respond to a lot of things, and it gave me a lot of insight on as to why people react certain ways, and I can't control that, and things are the way they are, and you can't really do too much about them. No
Yeah,
matter how much you wish you could change things, or how much you wish you could, influence things, or wish someone would react, you can't control the thoughts and actions of other people. So, it's been a journey, man, but I'm in a lot better place now than I was.
So by doing yoga, are you very bendy?
I am. I actually, so today I finished 75 hard, man. Like today,
What
I
is
finished
that?
75 hard.
Because
So
my whole
yeah,
comment about it.
that cracked me up. By the way, that was a good laugh, dude. I can always count on you for a good laugh.
So what is 75 hard?
75 hard, and you'll probably talk to Mr. Ballard a little bit about this because he's the one that kind of introduced it to me. He did it. He had a lot of success with it, and my barber, who was a good friend of mine, he also did it and kind of introduced me to it. And back in October, November, December, I was in a really bad place mentally. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was, doing a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna give this a shot because I feel like I need a goal. I feel like I need something to like help me get back to what I need to be. And so basically 75 hard it's not a fitness program. It is it's a mental exercise as well as a physical, where you have to do 2 45-minute workouts a day, one of which must be outside no matter what the weather is. There was times where I had to walk in the snow over here in Maryland and the pouring down rain, and you got to get it done. You got to read 10 pages of a book that is nonfiction or self-help. You have to follow a diet of your choice. Can't have alcohol, can't have sweets, no cheat meals allowed, and you have to so you got to take the picture, you got to read, you got to do the 2 45-minute workouts. Oh, and you got to drink a gallon of water every day for 75 days straight, no exceptions. You mess up once, you fail it, you gotta hop back on the horse, or you fail it. And I finished it, man. Yesterday was my last day. I did my last workout last night, and I'm down almost 55 pounds.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Feel
that. I mean, I seen your post about it, and I was like, I know it had something to do with like it had some kind of work. It sounded like some sort of workout thing.
Yeah.
You know what insanity is?
What?
Like the workout. It's called insanity. Like beach body work. Yeah, I'm starting that Monday. It's an old thing, but I don't have weights, and I told wifey, I said I'm gonna try to drop 50 pounds before the wedding. Actually, I don't think I've told her that. I've told other people that. But
hey, man, like the physical benefits are there for 75 hard. Don't get me wrong, the physical benefits are there, but the mental, dude, like I am mentally a different person than I was back in December. I have learned to rely on myself again. I've learned to, I've learned the self-discipline. I'm a different person, man, and I can't really explain it. It's something that, people that have done it, they kind of get what I'm talking about, but I highly recommend it. It's free. Like, you don't have to do nothing. You just download an app to track it, and you just do what the program asks you to do. And you got to be honest with yourself. You can't, cut any corners, because if you cut corners, you're just selling yourself short. And throughout this program, you learn that, like, you've been selling yourself short for too long, and you're not going to do that anymore. You're going to be a different person, and this program rewires you, man. It's a really good. I'm going to do it again. Like I woke up this morning, man, and as I was getting ready, I was just like, dude, I always thought that, like, when I would finish this, I would like celebrate. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to celebrate later. Like, I'm going to have a drink and everything like that. But like, I was like, oh, I should like go get some bad food and like, but it's just like, why do that at this point? Like, I just went 75 days without it, and I feel like it's more of an effort to break that than to keep doing what I'm doing. And I don't want to go back to old habits or anything like that. And yeah, it's a really, really cool experience. And yeah, I'm glad I stuck it out and finished it.
you essentially got your brain, like you've hardwired your brain into a different line of thinking that you've gotten into a routine of doing things for 75 days and changing that up. Which, like you said, when you said no sweets, I don't know if you saw my face, but that's just not.
Oh, I saw it.
You know, it's. I enjoy my sweets. I enjoy my candy.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a sweets guy, but you know, I do partake in the adult beverages. So that was, you know, I was like, damn. There were some days, man, where
I needed it.
You know, I definitely wanted to have a drink, but I just stuck with it, and yeah, I'm proud of sticking with it because it was something that I really needed at that point in my life to really kind of refocus me. So,
hey man, like I said, if you got into a routine, you feel like doing, you probably don't have to go through like all of the stuff. So like the 2 workouts, the workout outside the cold, I'm pretty sure you don't want to go through all that again.
Dude, honestly, the outside one is the one I enjoyed the most. Like it was very like
that's getting
there's
out.
There's something really empowering about it when it's snowing outside or when it's raining that you're the only dude out there getting it in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's something really empowering about that, and it was very peaceful. Very therapeutic. So like that one, I'm still going to do that one. I'm probably still going to stick with a lot of these things. I'm not going to be as strict on myself with the food. Like if I go out with some friends, like during 75 hard, I would go out with some friends and I couldn't eat the stuff that they were eating. So like I would allow myself some flexibility with that. I'll still do the workouts. I'll still drink the gallon of water. But I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna be able to drink with my friends, and so I'm gonna modify it a little bit. But yeah, I've gotten into such a routine, man. I don't want to break it. Like I feel good, and I know how I feel today is a lot better than what I felt, 2.5 months ago. So I'm gonna keep going with it.
I mean, that's it. If you find something, everybody's got to find that routine that you like sticking with. Obviously, like I said, you're gonna tweak it a little bit, but the outside thing, going outside and running in the rain, that's also a good way of like with nature, because we had just a massive rain yesterday, and as we were walking out to the car and it pouring rain, all I could think was just wanting to stand there, obviously my hair is long, so when it rains, I like washing my hair in the rain.
Oh yeah,
because it's letting it rain. Yeah, it's such a clean when it rains, I just want to lay on the porch and just. Because I fucking love rain. I love the way it feels. It's sad.
Weird I love the sound of it and everything, dude.
Weird ass kink. I just want to lay in the rain.
I get it, man.
We got tile or whatever the fuck we got on our roof, but as soon as we got to replace it, we're going with tin. If you don't know, do you know what tin roofs are? You have to know what tin roofs are. Okay, you've been down south. You've seen tin roofs. I've been down south. Tin roofs with rain is the best thing. It is the greatest thing to hear when just hearing the rain hit it. It's very calming. So that's definitely a big thing. I'll enjoy rain. I like being out in the rain, and not mud puddles, but I might be from the south, but I'm the furthest from southern. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to get on a 4-wheeler and drive around, but I'm not one of those mudders, or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
rednecks.
Too,
yeah, rednecks.
I know I'm not as south as you, but we still got that around here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of rednecks everywhere. Like it ain't just to the south. It's just my thing is I want to find somebody who's a redneck, but they're like from Minnesota. So they have that weird ass. So they have that weird ass accent. So they don't have.
It's like a redneck out in California. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, for real. Like the way they like the accents everybody has everywhere, and then because when you hear like my accent, most time it's always you're from the south, you fuck your cousin, all the fun stuff that I get, which has turned into a lovely way to go back at people. So when someone says that I'm fucking my cousins, I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty much what we do on the weekends, I've learned to just go with it, so. But no, yeah, it's definitely getting out in nature. Is wifey likes going hiking, which we got a fucking cliff back behind us somewhere she wants been wanting to go to. I've lived here for over a year now. Like we pretty much moved it to where she lived, and she's been wanting to go out there, but every time we decide to go, it's like we just worked 40 hours this week. We want to stay, we're on our feet 40 hours a week. I'm walking damn near 20,000 steps a day at work, so
it's tough.
I don't want the weekends. I don't want to get out and walk.
Right.
I want to stay home.
Yeah. And that, it's those moments where like you don't want to do something, but like, you would enjoy it. It's like, you got to force yourself to do it sometimes, man. Like, it's like, you're tired, you don't want to walk and everything like that, but that stuff is, really good for the soul. And, I think everybody should, spend time touching grass, as we like to say in the gaming world.
Touching some grass, yeah. Yeah, like I said, that's why I'm gonna start that insanity. Because, like I said, I come home after work. If we're not going to softball or doing games or whatever, I come home and we're walking or we're at the house. But during the weekends, it's me doing this.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing this until probably about 10 o'clock, and then the rest of the day, either we're going somewhere or we're out moving. Yeah. I'll go. She likes going to Nashville.
Yeah.
Not a me thing. I don't I don't have an issue with bars. I don't have an issue with, but she likes the whole Nashville scene. She likes the party kind of thing. I don't. I'm old. I'm an old person. Like, I might be 30 or 31, but I'm old. I'm an old mindset.
I'm right there with you, dude. Right there with you.
Like, we went to one, and like I said, I listen to music. I don't get up and dance. She hates that, but I mean, there's times I'll get up and try to, but it's just like, if I'm like this to somebody and somebody's jumping up and down, it's like, I just want to go home. Like, I don't want to. I don't care to dance around, because she's like, you'll dance at the house. Yeah, because I'm not crowded by people.
Well, and that's the thing, man. We're big dudes. Like it's tough being in spaces like that. People always bump into you because you're just a bigger guy. So I totally relate to that, man.
Yeah, it's. She told her that I was telling her that we're going to go back up there. We're engaged. We're getting married this year. I said, but
congrats, man.
I want to go to Nashville, and I want to do the whole proposal thing in the middle of the street, not for us, but so that one random couple that walks by, the girl will stop and go, and
the guy will just be like, damn it.
Damn it, now this is going to be brought up. Like, now this is all I'm
talking about this all night now.
It's like, oh my God, did you see what happened? That's so amazing. It's like
that's funny.
Different places. I said, and you do it in a bar, and guess what? Free drinks. So most places will give you at least a free drink.
That's a really good point. I'm about to propose to some of my friends at a bar at this point. Like,
don't matter who, just propose to them. Get you some free drinks.
Yeah, we'll bar hop, and we won't pay all night. We'll just propose to each friend.
That's what I'm saying, and she's like, I don't know. I said, it's mainly for like to piss people off. Like I enjoy, for whatever reason, I've gotten to this mindset of pissing people off. It's just enjoyable to me. So any small thing, like religious, political, all that shit, I keep this back here. I'm not concerned about any of it. Right. But if somebody says something and hey, this pisses me off, I'm just gonna like fuel to the fire kind of thing. Like in pretty much anything. It's just funny to me. Trolling, essentially. Just trolling is fun to me now. I don't know.
Man, like I always say, like if you gotta find humor in things, man. That's where you enjoy life, and whatever you get the humor out of, as long as it's not causing physical harm to somebody. Have fun, man. Enjoy those moments in life, because that's what makes it worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely, it went from me being made fun of to me making fun of people. It's just circle of life,
Yeah, circle of life.
Have a strong mindset of understanding that it's just jokes, that people are going to make jokes and be like, and go about your life. That's what I've told my daughter. I've raised my daughter to be that way. She's be 14 this year. Wow. But she'll sit there and she's like, they're talking about this. I'm like, who cares? I don't know. As a kid, it's hard. It's hard to get that mindset down of, hey, being made fun of or being talked about. And you're just like, you want to be liked by everybody. And I try to I don't want her to go through the same thing I did mentally, but that's what I tell her. I said, just go and, if someone's talking about you, be the bigger one, walk away, or go back at them. If someone goes, you're fair, you're this, you're that, be like, oh yeah, I know, agree with them. Because once you agree with it, they have nothing.
They don't have that.
They don't have ammo
against you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, you're fat. Am I? Shit, I am. Damn it. All right. Well, what else you got? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just, and wifey's all different about it. She's like, well, if they're talking about her being this or she's being this, and it's like, let them. It's just as long as you know who you are, let people talk. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think it's just hard for younger people to really identify with like who they are as a person, and I feel like a lot of them just put their idea of their self, their person is molded so much by what other people are saying about them, and it's challenging, man. I know, like, it's one thing for us to grow up, but like I feel like kids nowadays, with social media and all the stuff that they're exposed to, dude, like it was just kind of getting started when we were graduating. But now it's like that stuff is full-fledged. Like there's so many different platforms and everything, and so much other stuff that like these kids got to deal with, and I can only imagine how that influences bullying and stuff like that. Like my nephews are going to be 6 and 5, and when I pick them up from school, like the oldest is telling me, like, he's in kindergarten right now, and he's just like, yeah, whatever the kid's name was picking on me today, and I'm like, in kindergarten? Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, so it's crazy, man. But I think what you're telling her, and the conversations that you're having with wifey about it and everything like that, I think that's great, and I think that's a really good approach to it. Like, don't be embarrassed by the people that are bullying you and everything like that. Just find different ways to combat it. And I think, taking their ammo away and stuff, like, I think it just shuts it down.
Because that's like this right here. You can't make fun of something that's already out there. Like this right here, literally, if you put it out there kind of thing, which I know it says fat, wifey says, I'm not fat, it's big. I understand that. But when someone's like, you sound fat, how do you, what the fuck does that make sense? Yeah, okay.
It's Call of Duty players, bro.
Before I had any of this, and I was just sitting there like, would you shut your fat ass up? It's like, what are you looking in my window? Like, how do you know this is a thing? I've always wondered if fat had a sound. Like that's something I always wondered, and then that's where this come in. It's just like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna put it on there. Because it was,
I think it's a great idea.
The TTV, obviously, if you had TTV in your name, you were just getting constantly hit with shit. People were like, "Oh, he's a streamer, and he's gonna, they're gonna start dropping the, the N-bomb, and it's like hard R's and all this stuff." It's like, okay, now I'm just gonna. So it's like, how can I change it? And then, like I said, this right here become a joke, and now it's a brand. That's on all my shit.
Embrace that stuff, man. Embrace it.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much where it comes from. So. I said, I'm not fat. I've done a damn test, and I think I've talked about this multiple times. So everybody who does watch this, all 7 of them, will be like, you talk about it all the time. I'm not fat. I have fat. Like, I've realized that. I've seen people who weigh less than me be bigger than me.
Right.
And, if you took my waist down, I'd drop right at 200 pounds.
Oh yeah, we're taller guys too, so it's like we're just big people. Like we're big dudes. I know there's people that are that look bigger than me that weigh less. Just like you said, like I've seen that. I see that all the time. But it's just like we just got big frames, man. Like I'm 6'1", 6'2", you're 6'3", 6'4". Like we're big dudes, man.
I'm a big dude. Like it's If I can see, I'll send you a photo of, you know what, I'll do that right now. I'll show you a photo of me standing next to wifey. Like, she's 5'3", so she's a foot shorter than me.
Oh, yeah.
So, where is it at? I know I got one somewhere. We had somebody send us a damn, we went down there and done a wedding photo, or looking at our area for where we're getting married. Like,
oh yeah,
so she's like, she could stand behind me and you wouldn't see her. Okay, so she's like extremely small.
Yeah.
But like I said, the photo, you look at me and you're like, oh goddamn, like wide. But I hate taking photos because that's not how I look. I stand up, turn sideways, and I'm not that big. My weight is in my legs. You know, like my thighs and my calves are just tree trunks. So that's where a lot of my weight is. And that's why I find it funny. Like I struggled a lot with thinking I was overweight. Like I don't like tight shirts. I like my shirts to be loose.
Right.
You know, so finding clothes for me that's comfortable in it's hard.
It's tough, yeah.
You know,
I get it, man.
So it's like I'm trying to lose weight or whatever. And then when somebody, I don't know who the fuck it was, come up to me and said, hey, you know that muscle weighs more than fat, right? Does it? And you go and look and it's like, this is a pound of muscle and like this is a pound of fat. And it's like, oh fuck. So the whole mindset of, you know, I'm morbidly obese according to doctors, which, you know, it's hilarious to me. Now it is. It wasn't then. But yeah, now it's like, okay, yeah, I understand that the only reason why I look the way I do is, you know, my body size, my frame, my shoulders, my chest, or whatever. It's, you know, it's big. Obviously I have fat, but it's not head to toe walking around. I'm not Tammy off a 600-pound life kind of thing.
Right.
You know, my body frame is different than most people. And that's why it's a lot of people, they're like, you know, everybody looks the same. You just control how, you know, your body looks. No, you know, it's, you know, I can stand next to my cousin and you can see my frame compared to his. And it's just like, just how our bodies are.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean, hell, I think we hit everything on our list here. I do believe we got all that shit. You know, like I said, normally these try to get about an hour in all of these, and
That's perfect, man.
we're at 1:18 actually. So
Look at that. That's great. Love hearing that.
but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Call it a day. You know, like get
whenever you want me to come back and, you know, chat with you. I really enjoyed this, and whenever you want me to come back, man, I'm all for it.
Oh yeah.
You just say the word.
So it's got to be a Saturday or Sunday though.
Saturday and Sunday. Yep.
Saturday and Sundays. Yeah, I know me and wifey talked about we're looking at moving my daughter's school and possibly me going to weekend shift, and that just puts it on. You know, yeah. So that's Tuesday to Fridays for my shit. So that kind of we're trying not to. Trying to find other ways around it, but that's like a last ditch effort if we have to. So, but yeah, you know, this is fun. I enjoy this. Like I said, it's the whole point is just sit and talk, hanging out. It's not like you're sitting there just catching up, but get to know who you are, know more about you, and
I got some recommendations for people for you to reach out to too, so I'm gonna send them to you, and I'm sure you probably reached out to a lot of people that we know and everything like that, but I got some people in mind that I think you would really get a kick out of talking to, and could share some really cool, you know, really cool stuff with you.
Well, I know that if it's any of the ones that we played Halo as at one time, where I made the whole Disney joke.
Probably, yeah. There's so many people that we played Halo with that would enjoy talking about to you, and I know a lot of people that I'm going to recommend to you, and I'm sure they do this without a second thought. They're really good people, so
I'm fine with that. More people, I mean, that it just keeps me from having to do it myself, which has gotten easy. You know, the first 2 episodes is like, fuck, I don't know, and I would stop and I would and then the last one that I'd done by myself was just like, I killed 45 minutes and didn't even realize it, kind of thing. Yeah. So just talking just gets easier, I guess.
Gets easier.
But yeah, after this, if you want to send me all your socials, all the stuff that you want on there, I'll put them in the thing, and
perfect.
It'll go up.
I'll send it to you right now, brother.
What is this? The 8th. So I try to put these up every Friday at 8 a.m. So, well, it'll be 9 a.m. for you when it comes out, but it'll be on Fridays. But yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
and
of course, dude. Anytime,
like I said,
man.
We'll have to reconnect after a few weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Get back on, and like I said, I'm gonna try to knock out all this list before I get anybody else. My cousin's the only one that's been back on twice because it's easy. Like, he's off on Mondays, so I can just I need somebody to come in, and we can just sit and talk about the stupidest things for God knows how long. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, we'll head on out of here. Hope you have a good fucking day, a good week,
you
and
too,
then
you too. Enjoy yourself.
We'll catch up later, my guy.
All right, brother.
Take care.
See ya.
Hey guys, y'all, I hope y'all appreciate this or enjoy, not appreciate. I hope you appreciate it as well. Hope y'all like this episode. Like I said, we went on for a little bit longer than most of the time, and that's fine by me. I loved it. Yeah, you guys don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment below. If there's something you want me to talk about, I can try to cover what I can. Hope y'all enjoy this. This was Ty. Too much beard for YouTube. It's great. But I hope y'all have a great week. And I'll see y'all next Friday. Much love, Panda Gang.